What is going on YouTube? Floopy Donkey here. So Carson Wentz is out, Jalen Hurts is in, and it's a new time for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's be real, Jalen Hurts actually instilled a little bit of life and energy into that team against Green Bay this past week. So what we're gonna do in this franchise is see if Jalen Hurts can take Philadelphia back to the promised land and deliver them with another championship. And if you are enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Now let's go see if Jalen Hurts can deliver Philadelphia with another Super Bowl. Let's go. All right, everybody, we're picking this up week 14, right after that Green Bay loss where they put Jalen Hurts in. And, we are 3-8-1. Now, the NFC East is absolute trash. We all know that. There's a good chance that my bet is the Giants make it, but we've got a chance still to get the Eagles in the playoffs this season, and maybe Jalen Hurts can, get one of those magical Tim Tebow, or Nick Foles moments and take the Eagles franchise soaring off into the distance with a Super Bowl win. Let's see what happens. Now, we've got to do some re-signing, those types of things, but we're going to wait to the end of the season to see what happens. Let's go ahead and fast forward and see if the Eagles can get into the playoffs. All right, surprise, surprise. We did not make the playoffs. We won the last two games against the Cowboys and the Washington football team, and you see Washington football team is that 4th overall seed right underneath me. The team I'm actually covering up is the Arizona Cardinals. So we didn't make it. We did end up, let's go back and just look at this. We'll look at the stats, all that good stuff. We finished 5-10-1, and because we won those two games, that moved us back 2 spots in the draft. So that kind of hurts us. But to be honest with you, the Eagles team on Madden is not that bad. We're not going to re-sign any of the players before. Jason Peters is going to be gone. We're not going to re-sign him. Fulgham, the wide receiver, we're not going to re-sign him as well, because I think we're just going to do a complete rebuild here. Try to surround Jalen Hurts with some new pieces, maybe a lot of speed. I don't know, maybe, and see what we can do to maybe get him into the Super Bowl and at least give the Eagles a chance to be back to where they were. I mean, this team is like so dysfunctional. It's not even funny. Now, Jason Peters, there is rumblings that Doug Peterson might not come back. They're thinking about letting him go, but for the time being, we're going to keep him. There's really no point. We do need to get a team trainer. We'll just go ahead and hire somebody that has some good. We're actually going to not re-sign him, and we're going to hire somebody with some good progression. Let's go ahead and fast forward and do that. Oh, I forgot to go over the actual stats, but this is what we're looking at as far as quarterback. Carson Wentz, 14 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Jalen Hurts finished with 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So, I mean, for Carson Wentz to be, a 77 overall on Madden, I believe. Jalen Hurts is a 68, 69 currently. To have a better completion percentage and all that good stuff, I mean, that's pretty good. That's actually trending in a good direction for us. Miles Sanders didn't quite get 1,000 yards rushing. Fulgham had over 700 yards receiving. Of course, Deshaun Jackson was hurt, so we'll have him coming back. And as far as defense, of course, we know that our linebacking core is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. As far as sacks, Brandon Graham is done really good. And, of course, we have Fletcher Cox. And I'm a big Fletcher Cox fan, even though I can't say his name. And we got Jake Elliott. So nothing really to talk of there. Just wanted to show you that to kind of let you know where we're at individually wise as stats. Let's keep fast forwarding this thing and get no one on the Pro Bowl roster, but get into the offseason free agent signings, see if we can get some big names. In Philly, they usually are pretty good about that. And then we're going into the draft. All right, the Saints-Browns Super Bowl. The Saints pull out the victory. The Browns aren't looking that bad, I mean, I think they might be a dark horse candidate. That run game, running the football in the playoffs can get you places in the postseason. Just look at Derrick Henry last year with the Titans. The Browns could potentially do something. Not a big Baker Mayfield fan, but I think they've got the possibility to be a dark horse team, much like the Titans were last year. All right, so let's look at the potential signings that we could do. But guys, look at how old all these players are. I mean, I don't think we re-sign anybody. I mean, maybe Travis Fulgham, but then we look at his speed. It's only an 87 overall. I don't even think it's even worth doing that. I just do not see anyone on this list that's worth signing, that's young, that we could potentially hold on to and develop over the course of this rebuild. And that kind of just shows you the state of the Eagles and where they were with injuries and just kind of the dysfunction of that team. We didn't have anybody retire for us. Donald Penn, longtime Raider, is no longer in the NFL. Khalil Mack, former Panther, then was with the Jets, and now he was with the Saints. But it doesn't look like we have anybody. Let's just make sure. And Jason Peters retires. Okay, so Jason Peters did retire, so it really wouldn't have mattered even if we'd have tried to re-sign him. Let's go ahead and move in the first round, or first stage of free agency. We need some offensive line help. Let's see what we can do here. Guys, I'm an idiot. Look at where we're at. The Eagles are $50 million over the cap. We can't re-sign anybody, even if we wanted to. So maybe we can do a trade and get Carson Wentz off the books before we start doing any free agent signing, because we're gonna have to do something. We don't need Carson Wentz anymore because we're going with Jalen Hurts. So let's see if I can find somebody that's willing to take Carson Wentz. I think we can find some suitors. All right, guys. So I actually found another team. We got the Jaguars. We get a first round pick, the second overall pick in this year's draft. So we're gonna have 2 first-round picks. And we're getting a 4th pick. So, I mean, the 4th round pick. It's really not that good of a trade, but at least it gets us out of cap space hell, basically. And maybe we can make some moves in free agency and get some people. Now we've got a little bit more room to actually manipulate around, sign some free agents. Actually, we don't have any cap space. So at least that gets us out of cap space problems for next year. Yeah, this year we're still kind of struggling, and yeah, we probably could have got rid of those, but it's better to go ahead and trade away players to get picks, at least in my opinion, and maybe we can actually do something this year. I highly doubt it. It's probably going to be the following year that we're going to be able to actually make a run, but let's go ahead and fast forward through all this. We can't do anything. We're going to go ahead and go to the draft and see who we take. Maybe we get somebody good. All right, I always like to go through here and just let y'all know who went where. Richard Sherman goes to the Jets. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to the Colts. Gronkowski sticking around for another year, going with Joe Burrow to the Bengals. Desmond King goes to the Raiders. Let's see, Earl Thomas is coming back, going to the Jags. Pretty daggone good. Patrick Peterson's moved ship and went to the Seahawks' rival opponent. So that's pretty good. Colin Kaepernick gets signed by the Colts. So we got some interesting moves there. I like it. It looks like the Colts might have a chance to do a little something. Let's go ahead and start drafting and see who we're taking with the 2nd overall pick. Hopefully we get somebody good. All right, guys, I just think it makes too much sense not to take Sewell here out of Oregon. He's a great left tackle. I really would like to take Michael Parsons here, or even Jamar Chase, because we need offensive line help. I mean, we need wide receiver help, and we also need outside linebacker help. But getting like a great left tackle in the draft ain't going to happen too many times. So let's go ahead and take him. 81 overall. Look, we're set now. Let's go ahead and get this 2nd pick in. All right, I'm getting Jalen Hurts some help. We're going with Rondell Moore here, drafting him. 76 overall, hidden development trait. That's pretty good. Oh, and he's rocking the number 4. I like it. Let's go ahead and see who we're picking on in the second round. All right, guys, we're going with Dylan Moses out of Alabama. Hidden development trait as well. 75 overall. Middle linebacker is secured. Hey, these first 3 picks have been huge. We're doing pretty good, I think. I don't know if we're able to get anybody worth a crap in this next pick. Let's see who we got. I don't know. We'll see. Let me scour through these picks and see who we can get. All right, we're drafting Hamilcar Rashed Jr. out of Oregon State. Another hidden development trait. I think he's going to be pretty good. Had him in another playthrough, so you need to go check that out as well on my channel. So good luck finding it. I can't remember if I think it's a Panthers rebuild, but he was actually a good pick. So let's go ahead. We've got 2 4th round draft picks here. And, these 4th round, after the 3rd round, it's really hard to find anybody. Maybe we've got somebody here. Who is this? Chris Rumpf. He fits a need. We've already gotten 2 outside. Well, we need another outside linebacker. Let's see if he's a good player. 68 overall. That's okay. He'll probably be a starter just because our linebacking core for the Eagles is pretty bad. and we can at least get him maybe some development and get him to be a decent depth player for us later on down the road. But let's keep going. All right, guys, draft recap. I mean, check out those first 3 picks. Those are all starters. I think that's pretty good. Even Hamilcar Rashad's going to be a starter. So our first 4 picks are starters. That's awesome. That's exactly what we want. Cap room still in terrible situation here as far as that goes. But we're going to go through, adjust the roster. We're going to advance through offseason, and we're going to try to pick up some players. If there's any type of highlights, I'll let you know. But we're about to get this first season with Jalen Hurts starting under center underway. Let's get to it. All right, guys, nothing to really talk about here. We did sign Robert Griffin III to play backup for us. But here we go. We also cut Deshaun Jackson. That was one other thing. I mean, we basically saved $9 million for cutting him. And plus, we got Rondell Moore, Jalen Reagor, and then JJ Arcega-Whiteside, who we could, we need them to play, develop, especially Reagor and Moore. We need to get them out there, let them play a lot and develop. And I think that'll be beneficial for us in the long run. But that was it. That was all the moves we can make because for whatever reason, I feel bad for Eagles fans. Like, this is bad. The Eagles are in terrible financial situation. Now, obviously me trading away Fletcher Cox and Carson Wentz and all that stuff probably put us in a little bit of a bad situation. But if they plan on going with Jalen Hurts for the foreseeable future, I mean, what are they doing with Carson Wentz and that $30 million contract? I mean, somebody's going to kick the tires on them if they want to trade them, but my God. All right, we're starting week 1 here with the New York Giants, and then we come back week 4, and then week 5 against the Washington football team. We're going to fast forward this to the midway point and see what happens. Let's hope good things for the Eagles. I don't think so, though. All right, everybody, coming at you with a little different angle. But the Eagles actually won their first 4 games of the season, but since then they went 1-4, 2 games behind the Cowboys, but still got a chance to maybe squeeze into the wild card. There's 3 wild card spots left or available now, so don't forget that. There's a good chance that we can do that. Let's get into the stats. I haven't even looked at these yet. I'm kind of interested to see. Jalen Hurts, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 63 yards or 63 completion percentage. That's pretty good. I'll take that all day. Miles Sanders is not getting it done. He's only averaging 3.4 yards a carry. Jalen Hurts has a rushing touchdown there as well. Receiving, Dallas Goddard. Rondell Moore is doing very well. Rondell Moore has a chance to get 1,000 yards receiving. So does Dallas Goddard. Zach Ertz maybe as well. But I don't think we're re-signing Zach Ertz, so it doesn't really matter how good he does, really, because we're not going to re-sign him. Defensive-wise, Dylan Moses has been Defensive Player of the Week twice already. He's got a really good chance of getting, obviously, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I feel pretty comfortable with that. Malik Jackson's getting some sack love, but look, Derek Barnett is not doing much of nothing, and Brandon Graham's kind of fell off. Now, we're going to go into the stats you see. Offensive, we're 27th in the NFL. Defensively, we're 17th. So we're just kind of like ho-hum, middle of the pack. And honestly, that's better than what I thought we would do this year, all things considering. But let's go into potentially signing some people. Now, do we re-sign Zach Ertz? I don't think we do. We've already got Dallas Goddard there. I don't think there's no point. I'll look at potentially trying to get somebody in the draft. I'm going to withdraw the offer. We're not even going to worry about him. We're not going to worry about Robert Griffin or our punter, Drew Chrisman. Now, Brandon Graham, 33, 84 overall. He wants an $8 million year. We're not re-signing him either. We'll look elsewhere. We can get production at defensive end spot and Madden, especially simming, really kind of anywhere. And I'm not really particular on signing him as well, even though he's a captain, and I do like him personally as a player in the NFL. What we're going to do is we're going to re-sign Dallas Goddard, pretty much the same contract as Zach Ertz wanted, but a little bit cheaper, and he's younger. So we don't have to worry about him regressing as hard. Cap room, look, we got $1 million in cap room. We're doing pretty good. We're going to sign him, see if we can't get him for 4 years. And that's exactly what he wanted. We got that taken care of. Avonte Maddox, we're definitely going to re-sign him. Let's see if we can't sweeten that deal just a little bit, see if he'll go ahead and sign that. Got him all signed up. Now, Derek Barnett, I think that we give him a 2-year deal. I think that's perfect. No more, no less. We got that done. In 2 years, we can see if he's still worth signing. 27 years old. If he still hasn't progressed that much, then we don't have to worry about, keeping him. I'm not re-signing Riley McLean or McLeod Jr. as well. He can go kick a bucket. Now, Josh Sweat, I'm actually considering signing him and keeping him. I think he's a good depth player, 2 years. We're going to re-sign him as well. So we've got that all taken care of. Now, one guy that we need to look at, Jason Kelce. Do we keep around the longtime center for the Eagles, captain? I think we do. As long as he's there, 1 year, $5 million, that's really not that big of a deal. We've got him signed up. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go through these, kind of give you my ideas. Now, Jannard Avery, maybe. We'll just come back to that, look at how we're looking as far as the draft goes, because there are a lot of good defensive linemen in the draft. When I looked over it, I think we're in a good position draft-wise of getting some defensive end help, so I'm not really worried about it. But let's keep on fast-forwarding and see if the Eagles get into the playoffs. All right, everybody, so we started off 4-0, and then we finished 3-9. Does that sound like the Eagles to anybody? All right, but it's okay. We actually finished last in the division. The Giants actually, I think, end up getting into the playoffs. No, they don't. Actually, the Packers got in. So we had a chance to get in. We really did, and we just didn't get it. We just lost the last, 4 games to finish the season, and we weren't able to get anything going. But let's go into these stats. Let's see what the team looked like. We were 29th in offensive yards. Now, I think a lot of that has to do with our offensive weapons. They're not very good. Defensively, we weren't very well doing that well at either. But, I mean, look at Jalen Hurts. He threw 3,700 yards, 64 completion, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That's pretty daggone good. That'll get it done. Miles Sanders did not do anything, though. So that's really what we got to work on, is getting that running game going a little bit. Rondell Moore almost had 1,000 yards. We almost had 3 1,000-yard receivers, 2 of them being tight ends. So that was cool to see. Dylan Moses is an absolute stud. All 3, the first 3 players we drafted, Dylan Moses, Panay, and who was the other one? I can't think of it right now. Rondell Moore all have a superstar trait. So that is huge to see. So that was a really good draft that we got. All 3 had superstar traits. But we're going to keep going through the rest of this stuff. We're going to get into get into the offseason again. Finally, we're going to be able to get some people in free agency. We've got some money to spend. We're going to upgrade a lot of key players and see if next year is the year that the Eagles get that Super Bowl. All right, guys, award time. Rondell Moore finishes second, right behind Trey Lance for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Trey Lance went to the Washington football team. I didn't even know that. That is one thing I didn't even look to see where the top quarterbacks of last year's draft went. But look, Dylan Moses, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I love to see that. That's a good thing for us. You also see that best wide receiver, Rondell Moore, will finish third, right behind Devontae Adams and Michael Thomas. Hey, we'll take that. Do we have anybody else? I'm hoping that... Nah, man, we didn't even get anything in the running for best linebacker. Dylan Moses is all the way down the bottom, top 10, but that's okay. We'll take that. And there's no one else in here. Ryan Tannehill won MVP. But look at this Super Bowl. Does that not look familiar to you? I missed the same Super Bowl as we had last season. So let's see if the Browns can get some revenge on the Saints. Let's see what happens. So the Browns do come back the next year and beat the same Saints 41-35, Super Bowl 56. I think the Eagles are going to be in at Super Bowl 57. Let's see. We've got Emmanuel Sanders retires. Did we have anybody on our team that retires? I'm hoping Kelce doesn't end up retiring. He did make the Pro Bowl. That was the only player that we had. And he does retire. So we tried to re-sign him. He didn't stick around. He's like, I'm done. I'm not going to stick around for this rebuild anymore. We're going to go into the stage 1 of free agency. And now we got to sign potentially a center. But let's see who we can get, build this team up, get some more help around Jalen Hurts. And we're going to the Super Bowl this year. It's going to happen. All right, everybody. So check out these signings that we got. Look, I broke the bank for Jalen Hurts on this one. All right, we got Justin Reed coming in at strong safety. We got Harold Landry, outside linebacker, Deshaun Elliott, Eli Apple, Zach Pascal for some depth slot, Matt Paradis, and Kalicio Simile rounding up the left guard. So we've got some players around Jalen Hurts. If he can have another good year just like he did last year, I'm feeling pretty confident about it. Jair Alexander goes to the Bengals. You got Orlando Brown goes to the Washington football team. So that's important because Michael Gallup goes to them. So Leighton Vander Esch. So the Washington football team is stacking up. Our division is going to be tough. We're going to have to show out. Doesn't look like there's really anybody else in there. I'm scrolling through. Yeah, I don't see. But the Washington football team, we're going to watch out for them. Let's start this draft. I'm kind of interested to see who we get. We filled a lot of holes. We don't have to reach for anybody. We can just take the best people available. Let's see who we get. All right, guys, so we're drafting Quentin Love, defensive tackle, straight out of LSU. So he was ranked 3rd overall in this draft. We got him at 9. That's a great deal. Now we've got that defensive tackle spot filled. Let's go ahead and go into this next pick. Now, I'm hoping that a defensive end is going to be there. We're going to go through and see. I am looking for defensive end help here. If we've got somebody with a first-round grade on them, then we're taking them. There's no doubt about it. And we do. We've got 2 right here. We're getting one of these guys. Early first-round grade on Dexter Hayward right there. I mean, how lucky could we get? You'll have 2 guys like that fall straight to us. 75 overall, a hidden development trait. He's ranked 9th overall, and we get him at 41. That is beautiful. Hey, we're hitting home runs on these early draft picks so far. Let's go to the next one. All right, I'm taking tight end. We need a second backup tight end for Dallas Goddard. Now, he's a late first rounder, but he's projected to go in the 5th. I'm going to go ahead and take him. He's got speed. Let's see, 73 overall. I like that. And now we filled another position. This is why I like attacking free agency like we did. Because now we don't have to worry about, reaching for people or trying to fill needs, that type of thing. We don't got to worry about that. We can just take what we need and not be hampered down with it. Now, this draft has kind of failed to us as well. So, I mean, that obviously helps out a lot. Do we have anybody on our draft board? We do. We've got a center. We've got another end. I think we're going to go with Greg Bozeman here. Go ahead and fill up another defensive end spot. 70 overall. We'll take it. And let's see who else we get. All right, guys. This was actually a pretty bomb draft class here. I mean, look at this. Our overall is like what? Like a 73, 74. I mean, that's lowest pick in the 6th round. Or, 7th round's a 65 overall. Like, this is beautiful. I mean, this is one of the best drafts I've ever had. The Eagles are lucky to have me as GM. So, I mean, we've got defensive tackle. We've got defensive end help. We've got tight end help now. This team, and we've got cap space to fill. So, I'm feeling really good about this team. Let's go ahead and sim the next week. Let's go through free agency. Let's go, through preseason. And guys, let's see if the Eagles can get back into the playoffs with Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, and let's hope that it's the right move, right? I mean, I don't think they should move on from Carson Wentz, but they did. Let's see how long it's going to take them to get to the Super Bowl. All right, everybody, we're past week 8, and we're 2-5. Man, this Eagles team is really disappointing. I mean, you would think with this team being way better than we were last year, we'd be in a lot better situation, but maybe we finished strong. Last season, we kind of finished poorly. Let's see if we can finish strong. Let's look at the stats, see what's going on, because I'm really surprised by a 2-5 record. We're 16th in offense, so that's went up. That's good to see. Defense, we're top 10 defense. So, is it turnovers? Jalen Hurts, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So, his completion percentage is up. But touchdowns to interception ratio is not doing very well. Myers Sanders is doing a little bit better. That's good to see. Hurts is running the ball a little bit more. Jalen Reagor's received the ball pretty well, but it's I don't know. What is it? It seems like it's just kind of Jalen Hurts isn't doing his thing, so to speak. And Javon Hargrave is doing okay. Our rookie tight end, defensive tackle has 3 sacks, so that's okay. But really, I don't know what it is. This just seems like that maybe Jalen Hurts is not getting the job done. But hey, we got 8 weeks. All we know, we could finish 11-5 and get this thing under wraps. We'll just have to wait and see. Let me fast forward, see what happens, and I'll catch you on the other side. All right, everybody, this team is very underwhelming. Now I see why there's a lot of angry Philly fans all the time. All right, the Eagles finished 6-10. This just seems like one of those teams that no matter what you do, they're always going to underperform, right? Like, and I'm not talking about the Eagles specifically as a franchise. I'm just talking about the team we've built. This team is pretty solid. I mean, 83 overall. They're very evenly built. Offense, defense is 83. And I guess it's the quarterback, right? I mean, look, offense, we were 11th. Offense, in the NFL, we finished third in defense. We had, top 5 defensive team and almost a top 10 offensive team, but points scored was 28. So obviously we didn't get it done in the red zone. And Jalen Hurts, 23 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. I think you would take that. 4,000 yards, on 63 completion percentage. I would take that with him. Miles Sanders almost rushed for 1,000 yards. It was almost his best season. Again, Dallas Goddard and Pascal almost had 1,000 yards. I really don't know what to do here. Like, this team is well built. Dylan Moses had another good year. Quentin Love did good, defensive tackle. I like that. Rookie defensive tackle had a really good season. I think we just try it one more time. We're going to go through this season one more time. This is Jalen Hurts' last year anyways, right? Isn't this his last year? Excluding his 5th-year option. So we're going to do this one more time and see if this was the right move for the Eagles. Currently, it seems like it wasn't, right? It seems like that the Eagles should have stuck with Carson Wentz, but we're going to see. We're going to give it one more go at it, and let's see what happens. Let's see if we can't get this Eagles team to the Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. All right, guys, so Quentin Love got Defensive Rookie of the Year. So we've got 2 Defensive Rookie of the Years on this team. And like I said, this team is underachieving, right? We're definitely underachieving with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm just looking to see if we have anybody else. Doesn't look like it. Let's go ahead and go into offseason. I'm just kind of frustrated. Look who is in the Super Bowl again. 3 years in a row. Madden, come on. All right, guys, here we are. I think I'm letting Miles Sanders go. He's 85 overall, 3 years, he's 26 years old. He's got 91 speed. I'm just not feeling it. He does have the star development factor, but he's still going to regress pretty hard. I think we save our money and potentially get somebody in free agency if they're there. Let's see what we got. All right, yes, I know I didn't want to sign Miles Sanders, but we got Kareem Hunt. And Kareem Hunt is a better overall, and the speed is just there. So hopefully that can help us, especially with the simulation. We got David DeCastro, great right guard to help us out. We're going to move him to left guard, though. We've got Quinnen Williams, defensive end. That's going to be great. We got a new punter. The old one's kind of trash. We got Mike Pouncey to cover up the hole we have at center position. And then we get Reggie Gilliam, who is just fullback. We needed him. And we're going straight into this draft. Guys, this team, we're good. We're good. We're going to stack right here some people with this draft, and we're about to win a Super Bowl. All right, we reached first time ever, but still we got Rodney Tate, first pick for the Eagles, 75 overall. He's got a normal development trait that sucks, but he is already better than Hamilcar Rashad, so we've got an upgrade to that position, which helps us out hopefully this upcoming year. Let's fast forward to next year's pick. We're going to try to get a defensive tackle. We need one of those. There's a lot of first-round grades on defensive tackles. I'm just trying to stack up at this point basically positions that we need. And late first-round grade on him. We've got a late first-round grade on Curry. And we have a late first-round grade on Weaver. So who do we decide to choose? I think we're going to go with Anthony Weldon here. He's got the highest draft grade. And 71 overall. That's okay. This draft isn't as good as the ones before, but we're just kind of filling holes, and we're going to keep going here. All right, we needed a running back, and now we've got somebody to back up Kareem Hunt. Hidden development trait. It's ranked 30th overall, 71 overall rating. That's pretty good. I'll take that all day, and again, fills a need, so let's keep going. All right, this draft kind of sucked. It wasn't that bad though. I mean, look, if you look at it overall, we had pretty good picks. Everybody's over 70, and I'm happy with it. We didn't get a lot of good development trait players early on. We got kind of, you know, a lot of defensive tackles, unfortunately, but we had high grades on those, so I went ahead and took them. We're not going to adjust the roster or anything. We're going to keep simming this thing. I'll meet you in the middle of this season, hopefully with a good record and hopefully on the way to the playoffs. All right, guys, we're 3-4. Jesus. We got a new ability unlocked here for Dylan Moses. Dude's a freaking superstar. But we're really only a game and a half out of it in the division. Let's check the stats, see what we got. 15th overall in offense. That's already better than we were last year, so that's pretty good. 13th in defense. So we're still like really, I just don't get what's going on here. Jalen Hurts, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Kareem Hunt is averaging over 5 yards a carry. I mean, Pascal's actually been the best signing that we've had. You see that Rondell Moore is not, he really hasn't done a whole lot. Dallas Goddard's still doing pretty good. If we go to defense, we're not getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Maybe that's what's going on. I really don't know. It seemed like last year our red zone conversions were not that well. But here's the hoping. Let's advance. Let's hope to see the Eagles in the playoffs. All right, guys, we finished 5-11. I'm at a loss. I really am at a loss. This is a really hard rebuild. The Eagles are in a tough situation. I mean, financially, they're in a bad situation. They don't know which way they want to go as an organization. Do we want to go with Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts? I think Jalen Hurts is actually suitable enough to take them to victory. I mean, look, dude threw 36 touchdowns and 15 interceptions, his best season so far, and we weren't able to get anything out of it. We had one of the worst seasons. Kareem Hunt had over 1,200 yards rushing. That's the best we've seen out of the running back position since we started this rebuild. Dallas Goddard, you know, had a great season. So did Pascal. So did Rondell Moore. Defensively, I mean, was that the issue this year? Was it that we didn't have – it seemed like we didn't get no pressure on the quarterback. We got no pressure. Offense, we finished 14th. And defense, our defense sucked. So same defense basically. The only thing that was switched out was we got Quinnen Williams, and you would think that would make things better, but unfortunately it didn't. If we go to our awards, let's just see if we got anybody in there that even had a chance of seeing an award of any sort, and it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. The Eagles are in a bad situation. At least in Madden, right? I mean, they don't know which way they want to go. We can't seem to help them. We've had a really good team, and just to prove to you, you know, I mean, 84 overall, and we're evenly balanced. 84 offense, 84 defense. Maybe if we had Carson Wentz in there, we would win more. Who knows? It's the Eagles' decision. I'll catch y'all later. Make sure to like and subscribe. Later.